Hello there, I'm Ian Charles of Wizards, and I'm here with Paul Lloyd, who is our Interim Sales Director Partner. He does most of the work for us in that regard. We're going to talk to you today about CRM, and in particular Zoho CRM. Now, both of us are advocates and users of Zoho, but perhaps it'd be better if I just gave Paul a moment to introduce himself. What would you do, and who do you do it to?
Like that. So I'm Paul Lloyd, and I operate both as an interim sales director, but also as a project. Anything to do with sales that can be wrapped into a project. So I work with organisations that are looking to build a sales team. Maybe they have a sales team that doesn't work properly, or is not delivering the results that they want. They may not have a sales team at all, and they're looking to come into the country from abroad, in which case I'll act as the first man on the ground, and sort of use the sales knowledge and experience to be able to build that business.
And you've got a dare I say, a lengthy career in as a senior sales and
I have been in the IT industry since just about when there was one. We don't need to talk about how many years.
Nonetheless,
it certainly stretches back over the last 25. So the first computer system I ever sold was an Apple II. So we'll let people work that out for themselves.
Okay, but you've been around for a while. You've worked for some very big names.
Yeah.
There's some very big some a lot of credibility to that to your own portfolio. Back on the CRM thing. I mean, why? I know we've both got very strong views on CRMs, and what do you feel the value is? I mean,
I don't think you can run a sales organisation in this day and age without a good, sound CRM system. Now, in different organisations, you talk to people and they have problems getting people to use them properly,
yeah,
and so on and so forth. I mean, my view is very simple, and that is that if you're paying salespeople basic salaries to do a job for you, you expect them to keep the CRM up to date.
Yeah.
Now, it may have been different 15 years ago, but this is 2017. So you need a good system that doesn't get in the way of them doing their job, but records everything that they're doing, as much for their benefit as everybody else's. Helps them build a pipeline, helps them understand exactly where they're at. Any salesperson that's working for you should know what their pipeline is, what their forecast is, and what their orders are on a daily basis.
Right.
You should be able to say, where are you with your forecast, where are we with your orders, and what's your pipeline looking like for the next 3 months, and get an answer. If they're not doing that fundamental piece, they're not doing their job properly.
Right.
And what you're doing is you're giving them tools to be able to do that. What you've got to be careful of is that you don't overburden, and from a time point of view, you don't overburden them with using the CRM system. You don't have silly situations where they're spending all day Friday updating the CRM system.
Right.
It's got to be usable on an ongoing basis.
Okay.
And I think, again, in 2017, you want mobile access to it. You want to be able to use your customer database, phone numbers, contacts, and whatever, wherever you happen to be.
Okay, so a useful feature of Zoho CRM, of course, is several useful features. One, it's hosted, and two, so you're not responsible for maintaining and upkeeping it. It's just a software as a service product set. There are some. It includes mobile apps and the campaigns tool. Other Zoho apps which it integrates with also have free mobile apps, so you can access the apps remotely. And that in a nutshell is where we're at. Right, we're going to start again. I'll turn that off. We can't use that. We can't use that because it's. I was hoping to sort of get on top of it and just go then, but yeah. Right. Okay, let me just shuffle slightly further into the picture. Okay,
We're still recording.
Yeah, we're still recording. There's no, so this space is so cheap. 32 gigs of data on that. And right. Okay, hello there. My name's Ian Charles of Wizards, and I'm here with Paul Lloyd. Paul is our one of our chief or our leading interim sales director people that we work with. Paul and I go back a while, and we both have some extremely strong views about CRM solutions and their fit within the modern sales scene. We're going to talk to you in particular about Zoho. We're going to talk about why we've chosen Zoho. But in the first instance, let me just get Paul to introduce himself and give us some understanding of his pedigree and how he gets to be why he's a suitable man to be working for you.
Okay. Well, my name's Paul Lloyd. I've actually been senior sales manager director for the last 25 years, working largely within the IT channel and some vendors. So within that, I've managed teams of upwards of 100, multi-geography, both in the UK and internationally. So I've got a vast experience in terms of managing individual salespeople across the industry, and all of the various sort of tools and things to be able to do that. I worked early on with SCC and was one of the original members of the SCC management team that grew that business, and I set up their southern region, so I actually started that from scratch,
Right.
And built their southern region. So I've got I guess a fair amount of success. I've had the odd failure, and I've got all the scars and wounds to prove it.
Absolutely. Okay. And why are you and I such strong advocates of CRM as a choice?
I think the world's moved on, and CRM as a sort of facet of the industry has been around since the early 2000s and probably before. But I think in this day and age, selling is so expensive, and salespeople are so expensive that you need a good, sound, sensible way of managing the process.
So it's about ROI, return on investment in your sales team.
I mean, it is, but it's providing them with the tools to be able to do the job more effectively and more efficiently for you. So, as I say, it's very expensive to sell things. It doesn't matter what it is. If you've got people on the telephone or out on the road, that's expensive. So you want to be able to sort of distill the information and the intelligence that they're collecting, putting it in a system that makes it easy for them to manage and easy for you to monitor, pipeline and forecast, which is obviously what selling's all about. So you need to be able to see your forecast and your pipeline at the touch of a button. You can't do that unless you spend lots and lots of time doing it with bits of paper or pressing a button and get it out of your CRM system. Absolutely.
So 21st century, we like Zoho because it's hosted, so there's no maintenance or there's no activity on your part. It's not your IT people who need to support it. It's all done for you, and there are free mobile apps, so your salespeople can access their data and their information, use the system while they're out and about and on the road, and it integrates with a variety of other Zoho tools, including their campaign tool, their email tool, and a whole host of invoicing and service desk and so on.
Yeah, I mean, I've implemented Zoho in 5 different organisations over the last 2 or 3 years, and it's very easy to implement. It's very easy to use, and everything that you want is there. So it will integrate with Outlook if your email product is Outlook. It'll integrate with Zoho Mail. It works excellently with Gmail. There's a host of applications that work around it to give you that sort of the ecosystem that's required, and every business is different. So the software that you're using within your business will be different, and Zoho typically offers utilities or just straight integration. It's, in my mind, it's as functional as both Dynamics and Salesforce, but is more economical.
It's far and away cheaper than Salesforce. The point with Dynamics, of course, is that Dynamics itself is a very demanding product in terms of the way it's set up. Zoho doesn't need all that setup. It is a functioning CRM out of the box, or if you can say that in the.
But and also anybody with a modicum of, I think if you can use Word, you can design a new screen in Zoho. So if you needed a new screen or you needed additional information, it's there.
Right.
You can pay somebody to do it, but it's easy to do it yourself. I've had sort of experience of most of the major CRM vendors over the years, and a lot of them are selling a CRM product to sell lots of consultancy on the back of it. In the case of Zoho, you switch it on, sign on, and you're up and working with next to no time. It has a free version, which is obviously the facilities are restricted, but you can get a feel for it, and then you can move up. And when you get to the top version, then there is nothing that you can't do. So it's got full social media marketing, it's got campaign manager, as good as the market leaders, and it all feeds into a single database, so everybody can see what anybody is doing with the client base.
Okay, so it's our recommended our recommended CRM product. Call us and talk about it. We're on 0333 241 7707, which is the number across the bottom of the screen. So thanks very much.
Thank you.